Now at Heroes of California Wine, we're going to Paso Robles, and we're going to spend a moment with a great winemaker, Jordan Fiorentini. She is with Epoch Estate, making ridiculously delicious wines in Paso Robles. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you could do this with us. We love to pull amazing people together in these Heroes tastings. Really let us get to meet some of the most inspired winemakers in California. And I just recently visited Epic Estate, and it is gorgeous. It is a great visit. If you're going to Paso, you're going to want to go to Epic because it is, I think, everything that you want in a wine tasting experience. It's got the energy, the views, it's the sense of place, and the wines are truly authentic to Paso, and you've done a great job there, Jordan.
Thank you so much. We will love to have visitors. And we're sitting on top of York Mountain, which is really close to the Pacific Ocean and one of the oldest bonded wineries in the Central Coast, which was the York Mountain Winery and is now Epic Estate Wines.
Yeah, that was an amazing transaction. Um, when did that all take place? Because I remember the York Mountain wines, they were pretty historic.
Yes. So we were able to purchase the York Mountain Winery from foreclosure in 2010. But the wines, yeah, it started as a winery in 1882. And we've been able to sort of rebuild the history of Paso Robles with the purchase of the old winery. And then also sort of separate from that, but connected, we had already owned and had planted a vineyard on a piece of property in West Paso that we called the Paderewski Vineyard. And we named it after a Polish pianist, composer, and who became a prime minister of Poland, Ignacy Paderewski. He had owned the same property many years ago. We were able to purchase that. He had planted grapes, so we planted grapes where he had planted grapes. And he had actually had the York brothers on York Mountain make his wine. And so we eventually were able to purchase the York Mountain Winery. So now the grapes travel from West Paso, from the Paderewski Vineyard, to further west on York Mountain to be made into wine.
Yeah, that's a great story about Paderewski because he was like in love with Paso for the health benefits and like had the vision to plant grapes because he was like, was he the first or
He wasn't one of the first. He wasn't the first, but he was one of the first. And we actually have copies of letters he had written to the professors of the University of California, asking them what varieties to plant on the Central Coast. And they actually told him Zinfandel and Durif is Petite Syrah. So we have both of those varieties planted among many others.
wow, that's fantastic. Well, if for those of you on the Zoom that have been to the venue, I'm not sure if these photos will truly capture all the energy that you get when you visit because this facility is beautiful. It fits into the landscape. It's large and accommodative. It's modern and also uh, got kind of an aged sense to it. It feels like it's part of the mountain, and there's great tasting venues. This is a building, an estate that is built for visitation. And that's why I love it so much because they really had some great vision to build a venue that inspires people to come. And in fact, I think you have people that go like every time they go to Paso.
Yes, we do. We have an amazing staff and we have so many friends through Epic. It's just incredible. And we do a flight tasting format. So you get all the wines poured for you and you can go back and forth. And we're changing those up all the time too. And so it makes it fun to revisit, or we'll do there'll also be special tastings like a library tasting. I really built the wines to age and I'd love to showcase that in the tasting room.
So just a couple more shots from Paso here in the Epic Estate. And today we're going to taste the estate wine, which I think this is like your largest blend, right? This is like what you do. You have all these little wines that you're able to showcase single varietals or single vineyards, but you
Mhm.
put it all together to create this estate wine that's really your ambassador, right?
Exactly. Our state blend is basically a snapshot of all of our vineyards that we have planted. And as grape growers and winemakers, when we decide to plant a vineyard, we match the hillside and the soil and the climate to the rootstock and the variety, but not only the variety, maybe the clone within that variety. And all of those decisions for Epic Estate Wines is in that bottle.
Well, this wine got not one, but two 97-point scores. It is a Syrah-based Rhone blend with a little twist because you've got kisses of Tempranillo, Graciano, Carignan, and Zinfandel. So truly a Paso blend.
Really a Paso blend. I like to say it's a Syrah-based blend with Grenache, Mourvedre, and then Tempranillo for some more structure. And then whatever we have that Mother Nature has given us that's maybe a little extra that year, some of those less planted varieties are in our estate. Sometimes they make it into the bottling as well. And that basically is the 2019. It's got almost everything in it. And then it really represents the vintage really well. I really like to not only showcase the varieties in the site, but be very vintage focused in my winemaking. Because I think that's where the fun is, right? That's where Mother Nature really steps in. And I like to honor that as a winemaker. So the 19 was just this amazingly cooler vintage, which I adore the cooler vintages in Paso. Really elegant, longer hang time, really supple, soft tannins. So this wine is just showing beautifully right now.
Tremendous. Well, again, we're going to encourage everybody to come and visit Epic. If, of course, if you're watching our Zoom here, um, you know how to contact me, and I'd be happy to introduce you to the winery and get you up there. We thank you for making time, and we're going to taste the wine now with the group, and we'll see you in Paso.
Yes, you guys please visit. We love to see you and show you what we've got going on.